In this video, I'm going to show you how to fold an origami bat designed by Fernando Gilgado Gómez. Diagrams are published in Papyrolandia 2, which includes a lot of fun models which I think all have kind of a cartoon feel to them. Do also check out Fernando's website gilgado.pajarita.org and his Flickr stream flickr.com/gilgado. Now in this video I'm going to use a square sheet of paper with a side length of 24 centimeters or 9.5 inches. The bat will then have a wingspan of about 17.5 centimeters or 7 inches, a height of 9 centimeters or 3 5/8 of an inch, and a depth of about 5 centimeters or 2 inches. Of course, you can use larger or smaller paper. For example, I folded this small cute bat from a square with a side length of 15 centimeters or 6 inches. Now let's get folding. We're going to start with the white side up and we're going to fold the diagonals. So bringing point to point to crease the diagonal and unfold. Rotate and also crease the other diagonal. Unfold, flip over the paper, and now bring edge to crease horizontally. Unfold, rotate, and repeat. Now unfold and flip over again so that we have the white side up. And now we're going to bring two corners to the center. And unfold. Now bring the lower edge to the central crease. Unfold, and now we're going to collapse along these existing creases. I'm going to press this point inside and then bring these two sides to the inside to flatten the model. Then we're going to flip this over so that we have these crease lines showing. We're going to take the top layer of the paper and fold it up along that crease and push the paper inside to flatten. And make sure to go along the existing creases. Then we have creases right here and we're just going to push the paper inside along them in an inside reverse fold. Same thing on the other side, just pushing the paper inside. Then we're going to take this flap, fold it up and down again, and same thing on the other side. Now we're going to take this point and bring it to the center and crease. Same thing on the other side. And you can make very strong creases here because next we want to sink these sections in an open sink. So for this I'm going to pull the paper apart and make mountain folds throughout here. So perhaps unfold this too. And then you can nicely unfold this to make mountain folds along the whole square here. So I'm just pinching this together so that square pops up nicely. And then I'm just going to press this paper inside on both sides so that we can get back to the original shape. So before it was like this, and then this section is now hidden inside. And we're going to repeat that on this side, of course. Now we're going to take these flaps and fold them up, and we're going to crease the diagonals of this small square right here. So we're going to take this edge and bring it to the crease line crease, unfold, and do the same in the other direction. Like this. And same on the other side. Folding one diagonal and the other diagonal. Now we're going to do an outside reverse fold to make the color change for the eyes. So for this we're going to open this up, and you can see this crease line right here, which we created by doing this fold. And we're going to fold along that. So we're going to first push on this point to bring it to the other side, and then go along that crease line right there. So we're just going to fold a straight line here, and then you can close that whole section up again. And again on the other side. You open up the paper, you press on this point to invert it, you crease along the existing crease line, and then you close the model again, like that. Then we're going to push on this folded edge and bring it over, making a new crease up here. Same on the other side. And then we're going to take this point and fold it up, hiding the white paper for now. Next we're going to flip the model over. We're going to bring the top point down all the way to the bottom, and that happens very naturally because of this flap here. Unfold and bring the point to the intersection we just created. Now we're going to make an open sink on that top point. So I'm going inside here to open the paper, and make mountain folds throughout here. Bringing those sides inside and closing the model again. Then we can open this up and flatten out the paper so we have that full square, and then close it up while leaving those sides outside. Next we're going to make a closed sink on this section right here. So we'll have a mountain fold here, and this paper will be hidden inside. But it's a closed sink, so we're trying to keep these two layers here. Can you see these two layers? Together. And it's going to be a little messy at first, but then we can clean it up. So we're first going to go inside here to give us some space to work, and then I'm going to press on this point right here to bring it to the other side. And don't be too concerned if this looks messy at first. What is important is that we do go along the existing crease lines right here. And same on the other side, just pressing that point down without being too concerned about it being clean, except when you go along these crease lines right here. And then perhaps pull this so that you get that nice crease line, and then you can push the paper inside further, and we can look at it from the inside. And I'm just going to continue pressing here to bring that paper to the inside. Same here, looks quite neat now, and then you can close it up. And even though it looked a bit messy in between, you can now see that this is going only along existing creases, and the wrinkles don't show up because it's inside the model. Next we're going to work on the head, and I'm going to zoom in on that. First we're going to form the lower jaw, which is this flap right here. For this we're going to take this edge and fold it in. It's a shaping detail, so there's really no exact reference point. I'm going about this far, and then I'm going to make it look as symmetrical as possible by just judging how far I went on the first side. And then I'm going to take that top section and fold it down a tiny bit, kind of covering those 2 points right there. And make a strong crease. Then we can fold that section down and another one, and we can have those eyes pop forward. Now here you can see you have 2 layers right here that are a bit shorter than the layer behind. And we're going to go between them and push this down like that. And if this folds, just unfold it. And there we go. Now these are going to be the eyes, and this is actually going to be the ears, so just going to fold over to start forming the ear. And then we can bring that eye up. And same on the other side. Just 1 layer, push it down, and then form the ear. And bring the eye back up. Now we're going to make a crease between these 2 points to prepare hiding that paper inside, because we need it to shape the rest of the head, bringing it inside and collapsing it along existing creases. Next we're going to make a mountain fold between this point down here and that one right here, because now we're going to form the pupils of the bat's eyes. I'm going to make that here, and then when you have that mountain fold in place, you're just going to roll the paper over, making a valley fold somewhere here, so that you have a nice symmetrical triangle here. It's a shaping detail, so you can choose the angle you like best. And then we're just going to take this whole section of paper and fold it over. And same thing on the other side. First going to make a mountain fold, then push the paper over to get that symmetrical triangle, and then fold the paper over, making a new crease line right here, like that. Now you have some extra paper right here, and we're going to fold it behind. You can prepare it if you want by making a crease line here and there, and then just tuck it inside. It can be a little fiddly, especially if you're working with small paper, and you can try and reach that top point right here to give it a very clean finish. Just tucking a little paper inside. There we go. Then we're going to fold up this section to form the upper jaw. So we're going to take this edge and again fold it inside. I'd say perhaps this far. You don't want to make it too narrow because we're going to form some teeth here now. And for the teeth we're going to take this edge, bring it over to that edge, and after that bring this edge over to that edge to form a small rabbit ear which forms a tooth. So that's the first crease and that's the second crease. If you fold them both at the same time, you get this small flap popping up and it looks like a tooth. And same thing on the other side. Then we can fold this down and fold that edge as far as it will go and make a crease. And then you can see that these are the teeth. Next we're going to form the feet, and for that we're first going to flip over the model. We're going to make a crease between this point and that point. And same thing on the other side. It's perhaps easier to do this one by one so that they get symmetrical. And then you're going to fold this out again so that here you have a nice section of paper for the feet. This is a shaping detail, so it's not really important where exactly you make the crease. And now we're going to unfold these two and make crimps so that you have a mountain fold on both sides for the inner crease and a valley fold for the second crease, so that the paper is inside like this. And same thing on the other side. You want a mountain fold on both sides and then a valley fold on both sides. Then you can lift these two separated layers and take this point and fold it up as far as it will go until it meets these two raw edges of the paper. And make a strong crease. Now we want to form the feet, so we're just going to bend this paper out and perhaps as a reference take this edge and bring it to that intersection. But this is again just shaping, so go with whatever you like best. And there you have the feet. Now all that's left is really shaping the bat. We're first going to shape the wings. Fernando suggests that you add 3 pleats here. So if you go with about thirds, that's one way, but you can go with the angles that you like best. I'm first adding a mountain fold and then right next to it kind of folding this over to the right with a valley fold that meets in this point too. So you can see here that both of these creases meet up here. And then a second one, always starting in that point up there. And then bending over that folded edge and creasing it down. And one final one. You can add more or fewer of these pleats if you want. It's really just up to you and what you like best. And same thing on the other side. And once you have those pleats in place, the next step is to take this and squeeze it together so that you have kind of these small points here. And then you can also add a soft curved crease here to give a nicer shaping here. And same on the other side. Squeeze it together to get a nice point. And then add a soft rounded crease like that. And then perhaps you want to shape the ears a little, perhaps try and hide a bit of white paper, and again I'm adding a soft curved crease here, but you can go with whatever you feel like. For these curved creases, I find it's easiest to use your thumb and just go along the paper. And there you go. Now your bat, designed by Fernando Gilgado Gómez, is all done. You can attach a string right through here so that you can hang it up. I think that's a really fun idea. And now that you know how to fold this bat, how about you try out the patty bat designed by Taro Kawasaki? It's a great action model that both flaps and makes a sound. Or check out the Crooked Witch designed by Andrew Hudson. I've also got a playlist of more models of intermediate complexity, which you may enjoy. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my next videos. And finally, do check out my website happyfolding.com for more origami content. I hope to see you around, and happy folding!